Man removing bricks discovers a huge hidden surprise behind them. At certain points in time, some animals just take things too far. It really is time for some naughty bees to just beehive. Can you imagine the audacity on some bees building nests inside walls of houses as opposed to making their residences in the remote areas of the countryside like they're supposed to do, or at least like we think they're supposed to do? As a matter of fact, they did the thing so well it was impossible for pest control to get rid of them. The homeowner, desperate for something to change, had already run out of options, so he called in David L. Glover, aka the Bartlett Bee Whisperer. The Bartlett Bee Whisperer is a honeybee rescue and relocation service that operates in some of the states in the East and South, including North Mississippi, West Tennessee, and East Arkansas. After the bees get rescued by the Bartlett Bee Whisperer, he takes them out and makes use of them to repopulate empty hive boxes for local beekeepers who have suffered losses to colonies. This is how I work. First, I identify that there are actually honeybees in place, said David to Bored Panda. You'll actually be surprised how many people don't seem to understand the difference between bees and their animals like yellow jackets and wasps. When I see that there are actually bees in place, then make use of forward-looking infrared to pinpoint the location of the hive. Step by step, I start to open that specific area of the home, and I eventually get the combs removed. The brood combs are used together with rubber bands into hive frames, and I make sure that the honey goes into separate bucket. However, this is as long as the bees have not been sprayed. If the homeowner is willing to eat a piece of comb with the bee, then it probably means that they've never been sprayed. There are some bees that prove stubborn and don't follow the combs into the new hive box. Those ones are vacuumed into a coupon that has 2 stages. Then, as soon as they've been set up in their new yard, I make sure to dell them back into their new hive. He also added, no one is usually aware of how big their honeybee hive truly is. In my experience, I'll say that most people are usually surprised because what they're expecting is probably just something that's as big as a nest of a yellow jacket or a wasp. They're usually given the first clue by the infrared, but that's only the brood combs that are above the hive. The babies are incubated at temperatures around 94.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Any honeycomb that is in the hive is usually cooler, and it usually won't end up showing on the infrared rays. David said that he's been doing this business for 9 years. However, this time even the experienced professional was shocked. So much so that he chose to provide a document of all that transpired and putting it on Facebook. The story's already been liked by almost 50,000 people in just a matter of days. Feel free to look on to see just how everything unfolded.